Kelly Fernandez here with 316 Mission here at Family Flock number 9. It's cage number 9, or what like we call them here, Howla number 9. It's my neighbor's cage. It's Bernardino is his name. And today we're going out to all the different communities in the area because the cages are so scattered. There's not many that are close together, and so we're going to be going to each one of those and taking the feed and some of the other things that we take. Anyhow, just wanted to give you a look at this chicken house, and my wife is here with me. She's running the camera, and you'll get to see her a little bit later in the video. But hope you enjoy the video. We're at Family Flock number 7 with Maria. I think she's fixing to step out of that door. There she is. Salud. Some of you may remember that she was the lady that her husband was killed in a motorcycle accident. Actually, wasn't killed in the wreck. He received a head injury and eventually aneurysm or something of that sort took his life.
He left her to raise 5 children on her own, and it's a really, really sad story, but she's doing okay.
We built this particular cage on site with Doc and Jeff when they were here.
We had to spend a lot of time with them, and the kids got to help us, and it was a lot of fun.
The birds all looking good. One of them had a little eye problem whenever we visited the last time, and what do they call it?
Moquillo.
Moquillo. The next one here is Daniel, and
this is where Daniel lives, in this little house right there.
You can see he had limited space available on the sides and in the back, so his boss allowed us to place this cage where he works, which is right across the street. And Daniel walks with a limp. He's somewhat handicapped, and
he has a very gentle spirit about him. He's just a sweet guy, and he's proud of his birds.
Sure is.
He's proud of them. When we were there, we had brought the cage to him. He had cut us a big, huge thing of bananas down and gave us as a gift, and it was just really sweet. It was a great heart. We get a lot of donations of clothes and shoes and things like that. So before we head off to the next coop, I'm going through some of the clothes to split them up between the next couple of coops because they have young children. So we had to stop, and I'm picking out some clothes. So
yeah, you don't want to show up with a bag of clothes or a bag of toys and then only give them part of them because they feel like you've cheated them or something.
It could cause a fight.
Yeah, it cause a fight or whatever. So we wind up splitting that stuff up before we get there to make sure that everything goes smoothly. And as you'll see in a minute, it still doesn't really go that smooth.
So we also get toy donations, and so I go through and just take a box with me every time we head out to the coops, and so here I am splitting those up to hand out to some of the kids that I'm fixing to see.
And the McDonald's toys are great because they're pretty much indestructible, the plastic ones. And these are some New Testaments in Creole that we had donated.
The kiddos saw us coming, so they came running out to greet us and say hi. This is Family Flock number 5.
We wanted to make sure that we got the kids and how excited they were, and you can see this young boy here. He's jumping for joy. He's tickled that we're...
He knows I've got toys.
Now this house is not their house. They squat in these houses that are either abandoned or unfinished. And so
somebody else's house. We don't know whose house it is.
Yeah, it's being built, and who knows how long.
No windows, no doors.
And I'm going to shut up and let you just see the interaction between the family here. And Creole's a really rough and gruff language, and the way they treat each other is not the way we're used to in the United States. ¿Cómo really? Samuel. Samuel.
Yeah, his name's Samuel.
His name is Samuel. He's always. You can see the birds there; they're in good shape. But back to the lady, the Samuel. She's always holding that baby right there in that chair every time we come.
He's always asleep.
Yeah, this is their kitchen. This is where they cook every time we come. They're cooking.
Clothes are outside drying.
This is family flock, actually number 4, and it's Jimmy. And Jimmy's not there today, but his wife and this young man, his son, and several of the children are there. That young man's name is Looney, or that's his nickname, Looney. There he is on the left. She's taking a bath, and when we pulled up, she didn't have any clothes on. She was completely naked, and to her it's no big deal, but she put on clothes for us so that we could get out of the truck. But there's Looney with the birds. This is like a paradise. There's the ocean, and they live walking distance to the ocean, and yet you see the way they have to live. It's really no paradise at all. They live on a farm, and they tend this farm for a man, a Dominican man.
They're taking really good care of them. They're pretty proud of them. So there's the guys I was looking for.
Salud.
Hey, well done.
Precious kids. That's Christopher, Francesca, y Banali. They're sweet. Thank you. Little boy in blue, I bet he told me thank you 20 times while we were there. It was so precious.
These kids are just warming up to us. Only since Doc and Jeff left have we known these children. And so that's part of what we do is we get out into the community and try to find the families that are going to be recipients of the cages and the chickens and the feed and benefit from the love from Family Flock. This next shot, Family Flock 8, Martinez, we're heading to his place, and there's a driveway up to the another farm. There's the cage underneath the edge of the roof, and everything looks good. There was one problem. The birds look good, and that rooster wasn't supposed to be in the cage, and we're fixing to take him out. Family Flock number 8. You can see the little cross, and ultimately that's what it's about. We can build cages until Christ comes back, but ultimately it's not just about eggs and all. It's about sharing the gospel and sharing the love of Christ. He's trying to trick this rooster so he can get him out of there. There you go. We got away that time. Anyway, the problem with Family Flock 8 was Martinez wasn't there anymore, so we had to track him down in a town nearby, and this is what we found.
As soon as we got there, Wawu, the mom, she came running out. She says, "My baby's sick." And so we ran in the house, and the baby was lethargic, had a high fever for 3 days. We immediately took her to the clinic and to a pharmacy and brought her back home. And so here I'm trying to explain to them how often to give 3 medicines to this baby and how often and things like that. But
that's Martinez on the right.
Yeah.
The husband.
So we're gonna go get the coop and bring it back to him, to his new place at some point soon. But today our focus was on this sweet little baby. Her name's Maduerka.
Well, that tastes yucky.
Yeah, she didn't like that very much. But an update on baby Maduerka is that she's doing great. She's doing fine. We got to see her a couple days later, and she's back to her normal smiling self.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.
Thank you for your love, your support, your prayers. Without you guys, none of this would be possible. So we really, really, really appreciate you. Love you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.